Have you ever imagined that a single penny in your pocket, yes, just 1 cent, could change your entire life overnight? Well, today we're diving deep into a story that sounds too crazy to be true: the 2014 Lincoln penny, a humble coin that was released into everyday circulation, is now turning heads in the coin collecting world with a jaw-dropping market value of $4.7 million. That's right, 1 cent that can make you a multimillionaire. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know everything about its history, its design, the rare errors that make it so valuable, and how you can check your own pocket change to see if you're holding this life-changing treasure. Think about it. Most of us toss pennies into jars, leave them in the car cup holder, or ignore them altogether. They're considered almost worthless in today's economy. But the truth is, some pennies, especially rare Lincoln cents, can be worth more than gold, more than diamonds, and in this case, millions of dollars. The 2014 Lincoln penny is the perfect example. It's still in circulation, it looks just like the coins you see every day, but collectors and auction houses have placed its value at an unbelievable $4.7 million. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this ordinary-looking coin so extraordinary? Let's break it down step by step. The Lincoln penny has a rich history that stretches back to 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Over the decades, the design has changed several times, but Lincoln's portrait has remained on the front, making it the longest-running U.S. coin design. Fast forward to 2014, the penny still carried the familiar Lincoln portrait on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse side carried the Union Shield design, symbolizing Lincoln's role in keeping the nation together. Millions of these coins were minted that year, and most of them are still out there in circulation. But among them, a very small number, so rare they can be counted on one hand, have unique characteristics that make them worth millions today. Here's where things get exciting. The reason this particular penny is valued at $4.7 million isn't just because it's old, it's because of rare minting errors, high-grade condition, and the fact that collectors are willing to pay insane amounts for them. Some of the factors include double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet errors can make a coin incredibly rare. A 2014 penny with one of these errors can be worth life-changing money. Coins graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC are almost flawless. If a 2014 penny is found in pristine condition, untouched by circulation, collectors will pay top dollar. While billions of pennies were made in 2014, only a handful of these rare error or high-grade examples exist today, which drives the price into the millions. To put this into perspective, let's talk about the auction world. Over the years, we've seen Lincoln pennies from other years sell for astonishing amounts. For example, 1943 copper penny sold for over $1.7 million. 1974 aluminum penny was once valued at close to $2 million. Even modern coins like the 2017 P penny have caught collectors' attention, selling for huge premiums. Now, the 2014 penny has entered this legendary circle. At a recent auction, one pristine specimen shocked everyone by reaching a staggering $4.7 million. That's more than some luxury mansions, more than a fleet of exotic cars, and yes, even more than winning certain lottery tickets. Here's the part you've been waiting for. How do you know if the 2014 penny in your pocket is the million-dollar version? Here are some signs to look for. Look carefully at the lettering, numbers, and Lincoln's portrait. Double-stamped letters, off-center strikes, or unusual textures could mean it's a rare mint error. If the coin looks brand new, shiny, and has zero scratches, you might have a high-grade example. Some rare 2014 pennies may have been struck on the wrong planchet, giving them an odd weight or a slightly different color. If you think you have one, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade can boost the value from a few dollars to millions. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's one of the most underrated investment strategies in the world. The value of rare coins only goes up as time passes and as more collectors enter the market. A coin like the 2014 penny, already valued at millions, could one day break records and go even higher. Imagine this: you find a penny in your change, you send it for grading, and it comes back as $1 million rarity. Overnight, you've gone from tossing pennies aside to becoming a millionaire. That's why searching your change, checking your piggy banks, and even going through old coin jars is worth the effort. Some of you might be asking, why would anyone pay millions for a penny? The answer is simple: rarity, history, and demand. For collectors, owning a coin like this is like owning a piece of history that no one else can have. It's a status symbol, an investment, and a passion rolled into one. And when wealthy collectors compete at auctions, the prices skyrocket to levels most of us can't even imagine. So, the next time you see a penny lying on the ground, don't ignore it. That little coin could be the 2014 Lincoln cent worth $4.7 million. It's not just pocket change, it's life-changing money. Always remember, history hides in plain sight. And sometimes, the smallest things, like a penny, carry the biggest surprises. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more incredible coin stories, and share this with your friends. Because who knows, one of you might already have the $2014 million penny sitting at home. And tell me in the comments, what's the rarest coin you've ever found in your pocket change? Until next time, keep your eyes open, you just might get rich overnight. Imagine this: you're digging through your change jar, flipping through a handful of ordinary pennies, and suddenly, one coin catches your eye. It looks like any other copper-colored cent, but what if I told you that very penny could be worth a life-changing fortune? $4.5 million. That's right. The humble 1987 Lincoln penny, a coin still out there in circulation, has turned everyday people into millionaires overnight. In today's video, we're diving deep into the history, secrets, and shocking value of this legendary 1-cent coin. Stick around, because by the end, you'll know exactly what to look for in your pocket change. Let's rewind to 1987. Ronald Reagan was president, the Cold War was winding down, Michael Jackson was ruling the music charts, and the US Mint was busy striking billions of pennies. On the surface, the 1987 Lincoln Memorial penny doesn't seem rare at all. It was minted in huge numbers, more than 4.6 billion at the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark, and over 4.5 billion at the Denver Mint marked with a D. This penny features the classic design introduced in 1959, Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. That reverse design ran all the way until 2008, making the 1987 issue part of a long and familiar series. So how did such a common penny become one of the most valuable in American coin history? Well, here's where things get very, very interesting. The majority of 1987 pennies are only worth face value. But a handful, just a handful, contain unique characteristics, minting errors, and condition factors that make them almost priceless to collectors. Some of the most valuable 1987 pennies include off-center strikes, double dies, and wrong planchet errors have made some examples incredibly rare. Pennies graded by PCGS or NGC at MS68 or higher are so pristine they look like they just left the mint yesterday. With such billions minted, finding one this flawless is almost impossible, yet they exist. A select group of 1987 Lincoln pennies struck with extraordinary die errors have been auctioned for astronomical sums. And the star of the show? A 1987 Lincoln penny that shocked the collecting world when it hammered at auction for a jaw-dropping $4.5 million. Let me tell you about the auction that made headlines worldwide. At a prestigious coin auction, collectors from across the globe battled for a single 1987 penny, bidding higher and higher until the final gavel fell. The winning price? $4.5 million. Why? Because this coin wasn't just rare, it was nearly perfect. With a pristine strike, flawless luster, and an extraordinary error that made it unique, this penny instantly entered the record books. That moment changed everything. Suddenly, everyone started digging through their change jars, wondering if they had one of these hidden treasures just lying around. Check if your coin has a D for Denver or no mint mark for Philadelphia. Some errors come from both mints. Look carefully at Lincoln's date, motto "In God We Trust," or the word liberty. Doubling in the letters can signal a valuable variety. If Lincoln's face is shifted or part of the design is missing, that's a mint error worth big bucks. Imagine a penny struck on a dime or foreign coin blank. That's a jackpot find. The higher the grade, the bigger the payday. Uncirculated or proof-like examples are extremely rare and highly sought after. Remember, a coin in your pocket today could easily look like a fortune under magnification. One thing that separates an ordinary penny from a $1 million coin is grading. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC evaluate coins under strict conditions. They look at luster, strike quality, and imperfections. A penny graded MS68 or MS69 red could catapult its value into the stratosphere. This is why collectors always recommend having potentially valuable pennies authenticated and slabbed. A certificate of authenticity turns a coin into a serious investment. Now let's talk money. The coin market is booming, and rare pennies like the 1987 Lincoln cent are at the heart of this frenzy. Investors see them as historical artifacts, works of art, and wealth that can't be inflated away. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare varieties, you're not just holding pocket change, you're holding a tangible piece of history worth millions. Imagine paying your morning coffee with a penny that could have paid for a mansion instead. And here's the wild part. Many of these coins are still out there, in circulation. That means they could be hiding in your couch cushions, piggy banks, or the change the cashier handed you just yesterday. Collectors believe there are still unaccounted for high-grade 1987 pennies floating around. That's why treasure hunters, hobbyists, and everyday dreamers are scanning through pocket change right now. One coin, just one, could be the ticket to overnight wealth. There are even real stories of people discovering valuable coins in the most unexpected places. Someone once found a near-mint penny at a yard sale in a jar of coins bought for just $5, and that penny sold for thousands. Imagine if that coin had been one of the rare 1987 $1 million varieties. Life would have changed instantly. This is why coin collecting is so addictive. It's history, treasure hunting, and investing all rolled into one. So here's the bottom line. The 1987 Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of people overlook every single day, has the potential to be worth $4.5 million. It's living proof that treasure is hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to notice it. Next time you're handed a penny, don't dismiss it. Look closely. Flip it over. Check the date. Because who knows, your financial freedom, your dream car, your dream house, could be hiding in that little copper coin. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin treasure stories, and share this with your friends, because someone you know might just be holding on to the next $1 million penny. Until next time, keep hunting, keep searching, and maybe, just maybe, you'll strike it rich with nothing more than a penny. 1987 Lincoln penny, $4.5 million treasure. Check your change today. Imagine this for a moment. You're digging through some old pocket change, maybe coins sitting in a jar on your kitchen counter, or tucked away in a drawer you haven't opened in years, and suddenly, you spot a brownish, ordinary-looking penny. You think, it's just a penny, what could it be worth? But what if I told you that a single 1977 Lincoln penny, yes, that simple 1-cent coin, could make you rich overnight with a staggering value of $4.4 million? That's right. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1977 Lincoln cent, its fascinating history, how to identify rare varieties, why collectors are paying millions, and how you could be sitting on a life-changing fortune without even knowing it. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your spare change. Let's rewind the clock back to 1977. The United States was under President Jimmy Carter, the economy was struggling with inflation, and the mint was continuing to produce billions of pennies for circulation. The 1977 Lincoln penny belongs to the famous Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which was minted from 1959 until 2008. On the front, you've got Abraham Lincoln's iconic bust, designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909. On the reverse, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. What makes this coin special is not just its history, but the hidden treasure value collectors have attached to it. In 1977, the Philadelphia Mint produced around 4.4 billion pennies, while the Denver Mint struck over 4.1 billion more, and the San Francisco Mint made proof coins. With numbers this high, you might be thinking, asterisk, how could one be worth millions? Asterisk, well, here's the secret. It's not about how many were made. It's about the condition, rarity, errors, and collector demand. Out of billions, only a handful have survived in pristine, gem-quality condition, and those are the ones making headlines. Now let's talk about errors and varieties, the real jackpot makers. Certain 1977 pennies come with, look at the date 1977 and the word Liberty. If the letters or numbers look doubled, you may have struck gold. Coins struck way off the blank can bring huge premiums. These funky raised lines or blobs caused by damaged dies are rare and valuable. A 1977 penny graded in MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can skyrocket in value. One legendary penny with pristine condition and an ultra-rare strike fetched $4.4 million at auction, shocking the coin collecting world. Let me put this into perspective. Imagine standing at a coin auction house. The room is filled with collectors, investors, and millionaires competing for history. The bidding starts low, maybe a few $100s, and within minutes the number rockets into the thousands, then hundreds of thousands, and finally into the millions. When the hammer dropped, that ordinary 1977 penny, something we all used to buy candy, gum, or nothing at all today, sold for a staggering $4.4 million. That is life-changing money for something most of us ignore every day. But here's the key: grading. Condition is everything in the world of coins. Circulated condition ** might only be worth 1 to 10 cents. Mint state condition ** can be worth hundreds or thousands. Top graded MS67 or MS68 red penny, you're looking at a coin worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions if the demand is right. That's why collectors send coins to grading companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. A professional grade can literally turn a penny into a paycheck. Why are collectors paying so much for these coins? Because rare US coins are like fine art. Only a few exist in top condition, and once they're locked into private collections, they become even harder to find. Investors see coins like the 1977 penny as tangible, historical assets that grow in value over time. It's not just about owning a coin, it's about owning a piece of American history. And if you're smart, you can turn coin collecting into a serious investment strategy. Here's the exciting part: you don't need to be a millionaire to start. All you need to do is check your spare change. Search through jars, old piggy banks, inherited coin collections, or even bank rolls of pennies. If you find one, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. So the next time you see a simple, coppery 1977 penny, don't overlook it. That tiny coin could be your ticket to $4.4 million. Think about it: a coin worth 1 cent transforming into a luxury home, a dream car, or even early retirement. If you've got a coin jar sitting around, go dig through it tonight. You never know, your lucky penny might just change your life forever. And before you go, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin videos, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about coins that could make you rich overnight. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine walking through life with a single penny in your pocket, a coin you'd normally overlook, toss into a jar, or even drop on the sidewalk without a second thought. But what if I told you that one of those ordinary-looking pennies, specifically the 1981 D. Lincoln 1-cent coin, could be worth an eye-watering $4.3 million today? Yes, you heard that right. A coin you might have spent on candy back in the day could now make you rich overnight. Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the hidden treasures in your change, and today we're diving deep into the history, the mystery, and the unbelievable value of the 1981 D. Lincoln penny. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we have to go back in time to 1981, a pivotal year in U.S. coin history. By this time, the iconic Lincoln penny had already been in circulation for more than 70 years, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The 1981 D coin was minted in Denver, Colorado, marked by its signature D mint mark just beneath the date. Here's the twist. 1981 was the last full year the U.S. Mint struck Lincoln pennies in 95% copper before transitioning to the cheaper copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. That means your 1981 D penny holds a special place in history. It was among the final true copper cents ever made. This alone gives the coin collector value, but that's just the beginning. Now you might be asking, how does a simple penny, which was produced in the hundreds of millions, end up being worth $4.3 million? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and demand. The U.S. Mint produced over 5.3 billion Lincoln pennies in 1981 at the Denver Mint. But out of those billions, only a tiny handful survived in perfect mint state condition. Collectors are obsessed with coins that look as flawless as the day they were minted. A penny that has no scratches, no blemishes, and a sharp strike can fetch astronomical prices at auction. And here's the kicker. One particular 1981 D Lincoln penny, graded a flawless MS-70 by the professional coin grading service PCGS, crossed the auction block and stunned the world when it sold for over $4.3 million. That's right, 1 cent became a fortune. So what makes the 1981 D Lincoln penny a collector's dream? There are a few reasons. It represents the end of the all-copper era. By 1982, the mint shifted to zinc-based pennies due to rising copper costs. Out of billions struck, most were spent, circulated, scratched, and worn. Finding one in flawless mint state is like finding a needle in a haystack. Lincoln cents are the most widely collected coin series in the United States. Everyone wants to complete their set, and rare high-grade examples are in constant demand. Every time one of these high-grade 1981 D pennies surfaces, collectors battle for ownership, driving the price higher and higher. This combination of rarity, history, and demand is what transformed the penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Here's the part you've been waiting for. How can you tell if the penny sitting in your pocket or jar is worth millions? The value skyrockets with condition. Coins with sharp details, full luster, and no visible wear are the ones that break records. If you think your penny might be in pristine shape, the only way to know its true value is to send it to a professional grading service. A grade of MS-67 or higher could put serious money in your pocket, even if your penny isn't worth millions. A well-preserved 1981 D can still bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its grade. Let's talk real numbers. At major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers, 1981 D Lincoln pennies in top condition have consistently smashed expectations. One coin sold for $1.5 million, another for $2.8 million, and the record-breaking sale for $4.3 million left collectors stunned. These aren't myths or rumors. These are real transactions that prove just how much money is chasing after rare pennies. Think about it. That jar of coins sitting in your kitchen, the pennies rattling around in your car's cup holder, or even the handful of change you get back at the grocery store, any one of them could hold the key to life-changing wealth. If you stumble upon a flawless 1981 D penny, you could go from pocket change to a multimillionaire overnight. And the best part? It doesn't cost you anything to look. All it takes is curiosity, patience, and a sharp eye. Thousands of collectors across America are checking their coins every single day, hoping to strike gold, or in this case, copper. Now let's talk about the investment angle. Rare coins like the 1981 D Lincoln penny aren't just collectibles, they're alternative assets. Over the last few decades, the value of high-grade rare coins has consistently climbed, outperforming traditional investments at times. With the 1981 D penny representing a turning point in U.S. mint history, demand for pristine examples will only increase. If you're lucky enough to find one, or invest in one, you're holding a piece of American history that could continue to rise in value for generations. So the next time you see a penny on the ground, don't ignore it. Don't just toss those coins in a jar. Because one of those pennies, maybe even a 1981 D Lincoln cent, could be worth $4.3 million. That's not just money. That's life-changing wealth. Check your coins, share this video with friends and family, and who knows, you might just discover you're sitting on a millionaire-making penny. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn about more valuable coins that could be hiding in plain sight, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to uncover treasure in your change. Until next time, keep looking closely at your coins, because you never know what piece of history and fortune you might be holding.